Thank you, God. This is just amazing. What I captured, it wasn't not amazing in the sense that experiencing that was good, but amazing that watching it from outside looking in is obvious, and I didn't know how obvious it is. I'm filming a meeting that I have like with this employee of mine, which I can't reveal. I can't wait to reveal what industry this is. It makes this even more obvious than ever. Oh my goodness. What you're seeing here is what they did a while ago. So at that point, I start filming. In this video, in this picture over there, you see like a blur of a child and a woman. This is actually a call that we're on, and this woman, she's such a gimmick. And I don't know if I give the impression that I'm just mentally challenged. Maybe that's that. But I love the fact that she doesn't have like a tactical aspect of how to make it less obvious. But I'm gonna take advantage of that. And it makes it more obvious when you look at the video. I was filming this meeting. I was like, okay, she does this again. Before I thought it was a girl, but maybe I was wrong all along. But either way, there's always like a child in the background. It seems like it's a boy. Which the reason why I said that, because it usually is like I little girls, it's real. I little girls, and so that's the things they do. What is happening here is I'm clearly a test subject here, and it makes more sense that this employer would take advantage of that. If I say what industry I am employed by at this moment, which they're not the one who destroyed my life, things were already there. I got employment after knowing about targeting video later on after my first video, let's just say that. And so these people, they make it more aligned in why this is, they can benefit from this. Now, if I showed this video with no blur, you will clearly know that I am not going with this flow. I know something's happening to me, and I make it obvious. I don't care if I'm on camera. The same boy that you see there comes back in. I'm not even paying attention. I'm looking at my camera, filming, zooming and looking at somebody specifically. And then I look back and I see the little boy running away. And then immediately you can look at me, you can see me look down on my private part. The reason why I'm looking at my private part is because immediately I feel like stimulation is cranked up. They put I feel like my libido, a sexual arousal, is just turned on. Like they just turn a button. Like it's not even natural. Like when I mean not natural, it feels like somebody just pressed a button, poof, and you feel like almost like a zap of like sexual stimulation. And I look down and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so obvious. And I obviously look down, I'm like, phew, phew. And I'm like, oh my gosh. This is all in the video. And actually you're gonna hear it. And then that's when they try to gaslight you. Like I said, gaslighting is like that. Gaslighting is supposed to make you identify to something that's obviously not true. Let me just say something. Since I've learned where the term gaslighting came from, I'm like, that's literally the best definition. Gaslighting came from a play in 1933 where a man, to try to make the woman go crazy, would turn the gaslight down. Not all the way down, but a little bit. And the woman wouldn't understand what just happened. She'd think, oh, am I going blind? Because the light has dimmed or have lowered. And then he would act like nothing happened. It's like, oh, no, you must be going blind, or you must be, when all along she's the one doing that. Actually, I'm hearing the reference of why they say I was going blind. They are making me going blind, but they do that to other target video, inclusive of children, which is disturbing. Now, do you see that woman over there? Kind of, she's out here like laughing. Yeah, they're all disgusting. It's so trashy, but they normalize this trashiness. So you start seeing people being the trash that they are in majestic level. You're gonna go blind for that. Like, okay. Like, first of all, when they say that, they truly mean that I'm gonna go blind for that. I'm gonna go blind, not for that. Just because in this program they can blind target visual. They love to disturb the target individual, not even the target individual, but they love to mess with the vision of the target individual. Some of those people who are target individual are children. So there's testimony of a 9-year-old who was blinded for temporary time. For me, they tell me I'm gonna be blinded forever. So I'm like, I guess you guys protect children, because the children, you blind them for a few days. Me, you're gonna blind me forever because you protect children. Now they start making themselves laugh. It's like, yeah, you're gonna blind for that, you're gonna do this and that. And in my mind, I'm like, this trash. First of all, you make it so obvious that obviously you're just playing my brain, right? And second of all, these people are just like laughing about how they manipulate me to have sexual arousal, and I know it's so obvious at this point. I don't make it even easy. I don't even like question myself like, oh my gosh, well, oh my god, I got caught. I'm looking and I start laughing. Oh my god, you see me there doing that? I'm like, okay. I was like, Jesus, these people have to play dumb like that. I'm like, it's that I make it that obvious that I'm not identifying with it. I didn't even know. I thought maybe I may look like I'm confused. Like, where is that coming from? It looks clearly that I'm like not identify with this, and clearly understand that, oh, they just play with my brain and make me have like sexual arousals on demand, and what they want is sexual arousal when I see children, so they can play like the protector of children, and then they go through the whole script like, no, yeah, abuse, like, shut up, you're forcing me to have sexual arousal and then try to make me subscribe to this, and this is so aligned with what other target individuals have said, but also what they were able to do in the 50s and the 60s by initially using human subject, implanting neurons, or not neurons, I should say electrons, in the brain, and giving the buttons to some of the patient, and they will press that button and they get sexual arousal and get stimulated, almost like sexual climax. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's what it looks like. I am 100% sure that every participant in this program, all of them know very well that they're just playing with me. It is so obvious. I'm like, oh my gosh. If I had doubts that the people involved in this program know very well that I'm being manipulated, oh my gosh, that cleared it up so obviously. Oh, that cleared this up so obviously. I can, by looking at this video, I'm gonna blur it, but to some extent, but you're gonna see how I'm like looking down, making this sound like, oh my gosh. And I'm saying that because it's like, oh, they didn't even try to smooth it out. Sometimes they try to do things that look a bit more smooth, in a sense like the simulation comes like slowly and just like it felt like somebody just pressed a button and almost zapped me with sexual stimulation. I was like, okay. And now this woman, she's done it before. I can't wait for the day where they let me go here. Not because I want to get money, but I can reveal why this is even more disturbing here. These people here are all in an industry where they would love to involve themselves in that, especially these people here. Now, this trash wanted to make me think this they are war. Oh my goodness. I don't know who ever believed this. Target individual, we are test subject to programs that are definitely controlled by the government. Who you see, how they present this facade, please don't fall for it. It's not a cult. It's not the next door neighbors. It's not, they might be involved in it, but it's not because of them that it's happening to you. They clearly just involve themselves in something that's big. And for me, being employed by them just makes even more sense. What you just saw here, what you're gonna see. First, you see that same picture over there. That's a while ago. You see somebody on camera and you see in the background somebody in a blur, a child. In the video you're gonna see, it's the same child coming back. And they try to mess with me. Coming back, and me just looking at the video. Looking at the screen. We're doing like remote calling. And looking back down and feeling the stimulation because I'm like, what the hell? And like, oh my God. And what just happened is the 4 sexual arousal they make you have. I will never obviously identify with this. But now what this did to me is just to show how clearly these people are doing this thing. And they start laughing about it, which means, oh, you clearly know how easily my brain can be manipulated and make me have like these experiences by manipulate my brain. And then they try to stay on camera longer. I was like, you bunch of clowns. Like the way they try to gaslight, she was like, oh my gosh, I just saw that. It's so I'm like, you bunch of trash, low-life bottom feeders. These governmental entities have empowered this trash in ways that's so disgusting. But the disgusting part about it, the whole thing, is the entities that are doing these things to us, Target Vigil, they truly have problem with pedophilia. I wonder if that's not why they came up with this concept of breaking people down using pedophilia type of tormenting tactics. I wonder if maybe that's not some of it behind this. Maybe that's why there's a lot of pedophiles in these agencies and the entities. I don't know. Maybe because this kind of things is normalized, and maybe people who have this kind of tendency is welcome in this. I don't understand. But to know that these people are making themselves laugh and doing this thing, I'm like, do you know that these entities are literally, this is a real thing going on here in this agency that empowers you to play with my brain to have me have this reaction. But it's okay. I understand in this industry, the benefit and the profits from partaking that can be even higher than any other participant. Thank you. And the perps here, because they saw how obvious it was, they're like, oh, some teenage kids like, I love you. Trashy ass. Don't try to deflect. You saw how obvious it was. How I'm going to maximize on that. Target Mitchell, see the disturbingness of these clowns. Do not subscribe to even them. Like, one thing is for sure. I'm not here to try to explain myself. I love to put that in their faces. I love to just put that in their faces. These people are supposed to gaslight me to think that I'm not being manipulated, that to identify with this. They really want you to think, yeah, it's you. It's you. Like, yeah, what? Look how obvious I know it's not me. I'm warning you that I know that these perps talking about blinding me forever because they blind children temporarily. They're harming children for sure. They just wanted to do these things, normalize what this is, and then play the protectors of children while making themselves laugh when they manipulate people in this way. It's so disturbing, but I'm so thankful that I have that on camera to show the obviousness. And this woman is so disgusting over there. This trash is it's a disgusting low life. I really in the core of my soul I detest this shit over there. I just try to calm down and not let it blow over, but she'll get hers. Maybe not today, but the day will come. Target Vigil, see the obviousness and then listen to the clear validation they can manipulate your brain this way. Actually, I'm going to give a sample too. and I love what to it, and they gave me, they're like, you're a con man. You're a con man. It's basic gaslighting. You're a con man. She's such a con. I'm like, okay, yeah. It's your research. Target Vigil, you don't even hear the sexual arousal that can manipulate people to have. I think they're obviously planning all this whole thing, so they would talk about sexual arousal. I was like, okay, yeah, that's what you do all the time. I was like, I didn't know I'm going to be on camera seeing the effect of what they make me experience and my reaction. And you're going to hear how clearly they are manipulating the libido and make people have sexual arousals. And for my reaction to be like that, like somebody just pressed the button and do that on camera, making it more obvious. I'm like, oh gosh, for sure. Target, the perps around me, they love to be like, no, you're just a con man, you're a liar. Like kids try to gaslight you. I was like, okay, yes. You just observed. You observe a natural experience. You protect kids. Target Mitchell, death comes to all of us. I know what's happened to me is the result is what technology can do. It's technology at its finest advancement level. But I can't help to think that this is somehow gives me some spirituality, because I could have been one of these people just loving the fact that I can control the brain in this fashion, or being involved in something that can control the brain in this fashion. But controlling the brain to have this reaction toward children and be like, oh my gosh, yeah. Oh, and then I have to act like, oh my god, come man, you're calm man, knowing like, oh my gosh, this is in real time. I just saw him just react to the sexual stimulation that can make him have. Some guys were on the remote call, shut to look at me. I was like, fucking retard, you dumb fuck. You think I'm influenced by how you look at me? Opportunist trash working for top tier pedophiles. These clowns do. I don't know where they get this entitlement. That's I'll look at them like, oh, I just saw you. I was like, Jesus. Tiger, I've never seen people who are willing to dumb themselves down this way. Like, you staring at me will not make me think I'm not being manipulated. You clearly try to stare at me to be like, oh my gosh, I just saw that. Yeah, I know you saw that, and you enjoy yourself seeing that being manipulated in this way. And then act like you protect children. Target Mitchell, don't identify with this. But more importantly, know that these perps enjoy and love the fact they become puppeteer in this whole thing. The way they try to gaslight me in this fashion, it doesn't help them. It validates me more. I'm so validated at this point, it's just scary. Come on, I'll go for it. Oh, and by the way, the reason why you're gonna hear is because that's when this person said, oh, you're gonna be blinded for it. I'm like, oh, gosh, how obvious of a gaslighting is. The threat is probably brainwashing. Not threat, warnings of torture. Brainwashing 101. That's when you hear me like, because to me I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like textbook brainwashing, gaslighting. Oh, you're gonna be blinded for that. I'm like, gosh, that can me just stay strong.
He kept pushing one particular button which, he declared. During another study, a man being treated for narcolepsy, irresistible sleep attacks, was given a small self-stimulator. He kept pushing one particular button which, he declared, made him feel as if he were building up to a sexual climax.
As I of thoughts, emotions, and music directly into
news that are derogatory.
They use these monarch style torture programs, like it's based on sex and trauma. So they're gonna traumatize you, they're gonna use your libido to get back at you, and
This technology can be used to sexually manipulate the target. It can make the target feel sexual arousal.
Burning, dirty diaper, or baby powder, which they sometimes combine with the pedophilia type of torture, including the threat. I experienced an entire night with forced spontaneous orgasms repeatedly all through the night, one right after another, with maybe around 1 hour of sleep or so, as I lay immobilized in my bed.
Alluding to the same thing.
You do that, you can control them using neuro-linguistic programming techniques. You're rewiring their thought processes and brains. And so this gets into what's called offensive information warfare. And they used it, I believe, in the Gulf War. You can call it a eugenics program even. But also walk them to their, they want to see if they can, hyper game theory. How do you, they want to see if they can manipulate people to do things that are irrational, but also walk them to their death. And so you can call it a eugenics program even. And they need to sample all cultures, language throughout the world to define their probability matrices of which tricks, techniques, deception works. So how do you control a brain? Most people don't believe that. Well, you can't control me. I have my own free will.
V2K, or voice to skull. This involves the projection of voices, noises, and music directly into my mind to communicate with me in real time and at the speed of thought. And it also includes the manipulation of thoughts, emotions, and perceptions in the person's mind. Additionally, the targeting is all highly perverted and sexual as well.
Response. The brain rhythms change, then it creates a modulator signal that the brain locks onto, recognizes, and begins to mirror or follow the frequency following response. The brain rhythms change, then it creates a chemical cascade within the brain, and the emotions change. Now the resolution gets finer and finer and finer. And it used to just to be about triggering emotions. You could change people's brain chemistry pretty readily, change their emotional state pretty easily. But when you get down to the idea of thoughts and being able to manipulate those, that requires a different kind of sophistication.
He kept pushing one particular button which, he declared. During another study, a man being treated for narcolepsy, irresistible sleep attacks, was given a small self-stimulator. He kept pushing one particular button which, he declared, made him feel as if he were building up to a sexual climax.
As I of thoughts, emotions, and music directly into
news that are derogatory.
They use these monarch style torture programs, like it's based on sex and trauma. So they're gonna traumatize you, they're gonna use your libido to get back at you, and
This technology can be used to sexually manipulate the target. It can make the target feel sexual arousal.
burning, dirty diaper, or baby powder, which they sometimes combine with the pedophilia type of torture, including the threat. I experienced an entire night with forced spontaneous orgasms repeatedly all through the night, one right after another, with maybe around 1 hour of sleep or so, as I lay immobilized in my bed.
Alluding to the same thing.
You do that, you can control them using neuro-linguistic programming techniques. You're rewiring their thought processes and brains. And so this gets into what's called offensive information warfare. And they used it, I believe, in the Gulf War. You can call it a eugenics program even. But also walk them to their, they want to see if they can, hyper game theory. How do you, they want to see if they can manipulate people to do things that are irrational, but also